Hi everyone, it's Heidi from flutterbyheidi.co.uk, back again with another project showcasing some of the fabulous new products that we've got. And this time it's using again the Dressed to Impress stamp set, which you can see here, which is a lovely stamp set with lipstick, handbags, all that's for fun kind of pretty stuff, great for your girlfriends. And this one is just a really lovely rainbow card that I've created. Now obviously you could, if you wanted to, these come with dies, so I have die cut all of these out, but you could hand cut them out if you wanted to. Other than that, it's a really straightforward card, and you might or might not be able to, just a little bit of shimmer there using a bit of Wink of Stella on the like the pop-up part of your lipstick, and then a rainbow, just showing that actually you can get a really pretty rainbow effect with just the standard set of watercolour pencils. So I've got this set here, which is the basic one. It's in sort of an older style case, but you'll see you've got here stuff, I've used the red, pumpkin pie, lovely colours. So let's get on with the project. I've used some of the Dress to Impress DSP on this one, and I'm going to use one of the other pieces of paper with it as well. So in here you have got lovely floral images, and those are reversed with fabulous fabulous floral images and images that suit this suite. So they've got shoes and things, so you can see here lovely florals. I'm going to be using this paper here, which has got some makeup brushes and makeup on. This one has the lipsticks on, really bold, and again on the reverse you always get these sort of generic patterns as well. I love this one, beautiful, lovely lipstick and petal pink on those. Some nice old olive on here, spots, and you can see beautiful blackberry bliss as well, so some really strong colours as well. And actually the DSP is so pretty. I can see we're making lots of cards with that that actually don't use much in the way of decoration because the DSP is so pretty. So basic card fold. So all I've done is I've taken a piece of Whisper White, which is 21 by 14.5, scored it at 10.5 to create my card base, which I've got there. I've then taken a piece of lovely lipstick, so that's just 0.5 centimetre smaller, and so that is 10 by 14 centimetres. And I've put glue on that, which I didn't intend to do because I should have put it on the DSP, and this is the DSP I'm using, which is the gorgeous Dress to Impress one. So that's what I wanted to put my glue on, so that's going to be interesting. So I'm going to have to try and do this without making too much mess, because I want to put my baker's twine round there. So very carefully layer without sticking. There we go. Okay, so I've now already got my my glue on the back. So all I'm going to do here is just start on the back with a small amount of glue and a piece of tape. I'm just wrapping this baker's twine round 3 times, so I'm kind of crossing it over and then in the middle. In fact, what I might do, the white doesn't show up as well on that, I'm actually going to use the ribbon that comes with this instead. Okay, so same process, add the ribbon. Now again, if you wanted to be frugal with your ribbon, what you can do is just do this, which is just cut a strip. And actually with ribbon it probably makes it a bit easier to do it this way as well. So just attach your ribbon and cross over. And this ribbon actually comes in with the suite, so you can actually, they've carried on this with this catalogue, doing the bundles whereby you just use one code and you get the stamp set, the dies, in this instance the ribbon, the designer series paper, and also with this one some lovely little tassels as well, which I haven't got to hand, but there we go. So I've now created my ribbon just on the back there. I'm then going to use some dimensionals. Now, you know me, I'm a bit frugal with dimensionals usually. However, I might have to use a few more because of my mistake. I usually say one in each corner and one in the middle. If you're popping this card in the post, you might want to add an extra couple. So you can see I'm just staggering those there, just to give a bit of support to the card. You can always use little bits and pieces of the side as well, but that's going to pop straight onto our card base there. And because I've made a mess by adding my glue, then I'm going to add that on sooner rather than later. One of the things I would say though is if you ever do that and you've added glue onto the back of something you didn't want to glue, then quite simply, I'm probably moving about a bit so you might not be able to hear me as well, is take your embossing buddy and just dab that on the back where you've got that excess glue, and that will just de-sticky it. Just one of those little tips, useful just to get it out of, not so that it's not too sticky. Okay. So once you've taken all the backs off those dimensionals, yeah, okay, I might have to use my ink rubber on that. It looks a bit of a mess on the back there. There we go. And what I'm going to do is going to just clean that up a little bit. It doesn't get rid of it completely, but it does just make it a little less obvious. Right, not a good way. So there's my card base. The next thing I'm going to do is actually show you how I create lots of repeated stamped images, and I've shown you this technique on other occasions as well. So what I would say is pop a piece of paper into your Stamparatus, add your the image that you want to stamp to the top, and then just press down like so. Then what I've done is I have die cut my image just from a piece of cardstock, and what you do then is you die cut all of your shapes ready to go out of Whisper White. So really quick and easy, just pop them through your die cutting machine, because then when you stamp you get this lovely image that is there, perfect, ready for you to colour in. And the beauty of that is that you don't end up with loads of images that you've stamped that then don't cut out properly. So I've already stamped and coloured a few of these, because once I've shown you colouring technique you don't need me to keep repeating it 7 times over. And I probably can't talk for that long. Yeah, I know. I probably don't believe that, but I don't know that I could. So once you've stamped, I'll just do 3 here. As you can see, it makes it much quicker than stamping and then lining things up. Just pop your ink pad out of the way afterwards. And then you can keep this template for the next time that you want to stamp your images as well. So you've then got your stamped images, and what I've done is I have used, as I say, these watercolour pencils which blend beautifully, and this is in case you haven't got stamping blends. They are an investment. So what I've done is I've taken one of each of the colourways and just started to colour those, and I have done something slightly different on this card, because I've actually started to I've started to colour those in already, and I'll just show you one of those. So what I've done is I've taken the basic black pencil and I have just come in, and these are lovely and soft, and I've just used a sort of circular motion to try and minimise, but to also get a sort of a shading. I'm coming across on this bit here, and then I'm using the basic grey on the top here, and just coming down slightly heavier on the one side, fading slightly on the other side. And then I use one of my colours, so we're up to green here. So this one's Old Olive. I'm not sure whether you'd have old. Oh, I suppose you do. You do get green lipstick. Perhaps if you're doing Wicked, maybe. Just colouring the lipstick there, slightly more on that shade. I'll do the same on this one here. So you're just coming in, and this one I think is that Bermuda? Yeah, Bermuda Bay. Then we want a nice specific point. And if you just hold your pencil at an angle, I'm not the best, colourer by any stretch of the imagination. There are some beautiful artists out there who'll probably be horrified by my colouring, but hey, we all do what we do. And then I've finally finished off with the rich raspberry. So you can see here. So I've just taken the colours, kind of inspired by a rainbow. This is the closest I'd sort of got with only using the single set. And I wanted to do that just to show that, what's possible just using single set. Then I've come in with my blender pen, and I'm just doing all the black first. And I'm trying to remember to go in just in one direction. And no, I'm not talking about the music. So what I actually did was with these, I just blended that up and down like so. Same here. And again on this last one. So that's blended all of those bottom parts. Then to blend the middle section, I've actually used my Wink of Stella. So I'm just coming in and going over each of these middle sections, and the Wink of Stella just blends and adds a subtle sheen to your lipstick, which if you think about, most lipsticks have that kind of silver section where you wind up your lipstick. I've done that with, I've done that with all of those. And then finally I come in with my blender pen again and just blend those tops. So again, just make sure you wipe out any other colour before you move on to the next one. Okay, and then perhaps I haven't done that one. Oh, I've got a bit of an ink. Yeah, don't do that. I might have to do that one again. So when you've done that, all I've done actually using a blend is I've just gone on these ones. I didn't do my original one, but I do think it looks better. Is I've just gone around the outside with either a very pale Pool Party I often use for outlining, or just to create a bit of a shadow, use light smoky slate in terms of our blends. And that just gives it a little bit of shadow too, as you can see there. I won't do all of those. Let me come in with my card base, which I popped to one side. And all I'm going to do is pop a dimensional top and bottom of each of these. And I'm using the mini dimensionals. And then I'm going to use one of our fabulous new punches to finish it off. So I'll be using So now, when you're popping things on, sometimes it can be quite difficult to judge distances. Make sure you get it even. So what I do with these is, once I've turned them over so I can see which colours I'm working with, I take my first and last colour. So I'm going to take my red to go first, and I pop that on the left hand side. I'm then going to take my rich raspberry for the far end, like so. So again, space it out, and then all I'm going to do is pop my middle colour, which is my green, in the middle there. And then it's much easier to just, all you're doing is adding two into, probably move that out of shot, apologies, into the spaces. So into those negative spaces, it's much easier to just pop two in rather than starting on the left hand side and working all the way over and then kind of going, didn't quite get that right, you know. I am eyeballing it in terms of where it is from the bottom. Looks like I might have got one of those, that middle one, a little bit on the low side. But if you don't press too hard with them, then actually you can just adjust very slightly, like so. So there's our basic card. On with our yes, on their sentiment. So sentiment, I'm using lovely lipstick. I'm using this lovely sentiment from Itty Bitty Birthdays. Oh no, I'm not. No, I'm not. I am, yes, but I'm not stamping onto there. Here we go. Stamping onto one of the die cuts that come with the Dress to Impress birthday wishes, and then out of a bit of lovely lipstick. And this is just any old bit of sort of scrap that you happen to have handy. I'm using this fabulous punch here, which cuts slots and a dot as well. And all I'm going to do is add that to the centre. So it's just showing that when you're layering, it doesn't always have to be the exact same shape. I thought it made a nice change to go for something that was a little bit different. And again, just a couple of dimensionals. I've just got my mini ones handy. I'd probably put, I mean, it works fine with mini ones, but I might put some of my larger ones on as well. And then just pop that on there. And there we have a pretty lipstick inspired rainbow birthday card. And you know what? I think I prefer this one with the makeup brushes as well. What do you think? Leave me a message. And don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel to get notified when I do any further updates and add any extra videos. And if you'd like to purchase any of the items that you've seen today, pop along to my blog, flutterbyheidi.co.uk, and you'll find the links to the products there, or go to my Stampin' Up shop, heidismith.stampinup.net. Thanks for watching. Do come back and see me again soon for more chaos. But hopefully you have fun making a card too. Bye for now.